I thought that was the whole idea of the whole IGOR thing. Like Igor, if y'all remember Frankenstein, Igor was like the sidekick.
Yeah.
He wasn't really a part of the main story, which was between Dr. Frankenstein and the monster.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that's why he called it Igor. Like he felt like Igor because there's the guy that he's in love with, and then there's the girl that the guy is staying with, and then here's Igor over on the side, like feeling on the outside. That's what I thought. Yeah. But again, Tyler is so weird. Yeah, we could all.
We could be completely wrong.
We could be completely
off about it.
Dead and Hip Hop album review. Tyler the Creator, Igor. Before we get into the review, look, man, Google search it. Go where your phone, your tablet, everything. Dead End Studios ATL. If you need services, we got you. Make sure you support, you know what I'm saying? Anything you need, man, it's a full-fledged business. Also, make sure you check out everything Dead End Hip Hop. We got our own podcasting network. We got several podcasts over there. Make sure you follow everybody individually. And we have some special guests on this review of Tyler the Creator, Igor. We got the Low Mid podcast.
You can catch us everywhere you can find podcasts, really, Apple, Spotify, and definitely everywhere you can find the Dead End Hip Hop podcast. We actually did our own version of an Igor review, like a full in-depth review between the three of us, so you can check that out by listening to our latest episode.
Man, like listening to this, you know, the only thing I could hear in my head was way back when we did the Goblin review.
Oh, God.
And Modest was like, this nigga's a musical genius. This nigga's a musical genius. This shit.
You said that.
No, it was primarily Rod. I agreed with him, but that was Rod's point. Those Dead End Hip Hop reviews are way different than these. You know what I'm saying? We don't calm down a little bit.
And that was the first review that I think Fantano saw of us.
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah, that was the first one.
That was the first one?
Yeah, he saw it.
Back in the day, you could do a reply to a YouTube video. Yeah. So I replied with our review to his review. And he actually ended up watching it, and that's how we ended up connecting.
I think that's what pushed us over 1,000 views. Down 1,000 views, 1,000 subscribers.
1,000.
And that was a lot back in the day. Back in the day, you got 1,000 subscribers. It was like, oh shit.
Yeah, we doing something.
Yeah, because I think he had like 20,000 at the time.
Yeah, like 20, 30,000.
Yeah.
Man, we've been grinding for a minute. But yeah, man, that's all I could hear. I'm like, yo, the way this thing comes in with that
bass,
that big, exactly. And then, you know, how long has it been since his last project? 2 years, right?
2 years, yeah.
2 years. This was highly worth the wait. And you know he's awkward and weird. So when that beat came in, I said, oh, okay. Then he ain't rap on it. Like, oh, that's different. Then it goes to Earthquake. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I got worried I said, oh man, I don't know if this is gonna go like this weird singy, you know, route. I don't know. So I was a little worried right there. But once that shit got to New Magic Wand, nigga, you talking about bumping a whip? That's the shit that I wanted. You know, at least that's the shit that I hope that he wasn't gonna add on here. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like he could have just kept going this way, but then when he brought that back, and then after I started listening to this a couple times, man, I'm like, yo, going through it, I felt like he was on his Kanye on this. Like I got like a real Kanye vibe.
I got Pharrell, like Earthquake, I was like, okay.
I just think like the entire project, like because this is
Someone say he's inspired by Pharrell, if I'm not mistaken. He said that before. Yeah. So he's definitely influenced by Pharrell.
I heard more Kanye too.
Yeah.
Not saying I didn't hear Kanye. I'm just saying,
I know.
I think I heard Kanye on Puppet.
There's one song. I think.
Yeah, that's what
I think at the very beginning of it, it sounds kind of like Closer, and I can't nail exactly what it is, but the second it comes on, I'm like, I hear Kanye's Closer.
To me, this is Tyler's best album. I really think this is Tyler's best album. I think that he was able to tie in everything that makes Tyler great. The weirdness, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Nah?
You went all the way out there.
I went all the way out there with that?
Yeah, because I like rapping Tyler. I've always liked rapping Tyler, and we don't get much of rapping Tyler.
But I feel, okay, maybe for me on this, because I guess I understood where he was trying to go. He gave me enough on it. Because it's just a different type of project.
Gave you enough rapping?
Nah, man.
Barely. He rapped like one song.
Yeah, it's not really much a rap project.
Two, three.
But I agree with Feefo, at least as far as saying it's his best project, in my opinion, because I like the more experimental, like not so much of the rap in Tyler, like the more
So you like Cherry
experimental-
Bomb?
Yeah, more so stuff like that. In my opinion, that's like where he really flexes his creative muscles, because that's when he's able to really like blend like different melodies and stuff with the beat that kind of, I don't know, it just fits him very well, in my opinion.
I would say Flower Boy is more of a better mixture of it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it to
That's
me.
my
I
personal
100%
favorite
agree.
from him.
Yeah.
Flower Boy is definitely.
Flower Boy is definitely
yeah.
the best project.
Oh yeah, in my opinion, I
Yes.
still
Yeah.
say Flower Boy is his best project.
I've been saying that.
Yeah.
Like, I agree.
I think this one, it feels like he pushed himself more creatively on this one. I think he.
Not saying he didn't. It's just when you said something very particular, like
Yeah, me neither.
you said you feel like you got all the best elements of him. That's what struck me, I guess.
Well, again, like, no, he wasn't rapping like throughout this. You know what I'm saying? But even like that, I guess this wasn't crazy rapping Tyler in terms of like the just crazy outlandish shit that he would typically say. I didn't get that, and obviously he didn't rap a lot on it. But the little bit that he gave me, this was almost like his 808s in a way. You know what I'm saying? Where it was just like that different, but I love the route he went creatively though. It was still Tyler. It was like Tyler's version of soul and funk. Because remember, he's always talked about he wants to win a Grammy and this, that, and the third. I think this is the project that can do that.
I do like the project, but I think vocally, I just wasn't feeling what Tyler was doing vocally. I think some of the songs, like, it sounded like his vocal wasn't mixed good with the beats. It's I don't know if that was just the sound he was going for, but a lot of these songs where I felt like the vocals was just like, it was hard for me to hear.
I read that he distorted the vocals though on this project.
So he did that
Yeah, he did it on purpose. It was purposeful.
Yeah, you can tell he did it on purpose.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
He was singing off key on purpose,
Yeah.
like all of
How
that.
about that?
Yeah,
I don't
he
think
can't
that he
sing.
was singing off the
Right.
purpose. I think he probably just doesn't have a great voice.
Well, I think, because we all can get like vocal training and stuff like that. I don't think he cared to do that. Is what I say is when I say on purpose, that's what I mean. I mean, like he didn't try
care to
to
fix it.
Exactly. That's what I mean on purpose.
Yeah, I gotta say, I was waiting. I'm 110% with B,
Yeah.
but I'm actually less with B because this ain't my shit. I couldn't. Yeah, I wanted to like it because I mean, this is like his "Awaken My Love." Like the second it started, I was like,
That's what I was
what
thinking,
he's
too.
doing. He's going that Gambino route, and I was like, if anybody can do that, it would be Tyler. I was like, this is gonna be great. The first song didn't do anything for me at all, and then when Earthquake came on, I was just like, okay. Then when I Think came on, I was just like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna like this album. And I promise you, I listened to this album more than damn near anything we reviewed.
Me
Because I
too.
really wanted to like it, and I hate that I don't.
Do you think you really don't like it? Cause why did you keep listening to it?
Do I think? Because I wanted to like it.
Because I thought this. Because the reason why I asked you that. This is the reason why I asked you that. Because I didn't think I liked it at first, but I felt like it was something that was still bringing me back to it. I was like, why the fuck do I keep playing
Nothing
this Tyler
brought me
album?
back to it.
Wow.
Oh, it wasn't a matter of something bringing it back to it. You just wanted to like it.
It was like I really wanted to like this album because I love Tyler, and I thought that this would be a really cool route.
Especially coming off from Flower Boy.
Yeah, because Flower Boy, I'm with you. Flower Boy is his
I feel
favorite.
like I feel like he found his niche in Flower
did.
Boy. Like
He did.
production wise, and vocally, him and the song with him and ASAP, which is
Bruh.
come on, like we didn't have that on this shit. Come on, like
This,
so,
I didn't think this is really like everyone is talking about how experimental and creative this is.
No, it wasn't
I don't
experimental.
see that.
It wasn't
What's
sounds like
experimental
Tyler.
about this? I don't even think it sounds like Tyler. This production don't sound like Tyler at all. This sounds like a funk album, which is cool.
Yep.
This sounds like an old funk album.
Yep.
That doesn't make
his
it
version of the
experimental.
album, yeah,
But I think the production is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The production is dope.
it's very fun.
It's just his
layered
voice.
good and everything, but the vocally, I was just like, this shit keep turning me off.
He's not
It should
singing.
turn
He
me off.
ain't singing.
Nah, he
bro.
ain't singing.
And he's not even
Did you
trying
expect
to
that, though?
sing. Huh?
Do you expect that though?
Do I expect it?
Him to sing.
I don't think it matters if I expect it.
Okay.
It's the fact that it's not there that I'm just like, all right, well, this doesn't really sound good aesthetically. To me, I thought the story of the album was better than the album itself.
The vocal part
And I think
don't
that's-
sound good.
Yes.
You okay with
Yes.
the okay?
Yeah, the production sounds dope,
Same way.
but it would have been doper if he had tweaked his voice to sound better, or if he tried a little bit harder. Because it doesn't sound like he's really trying to sing. So that's why I kind of understand what you mean by him
Yeah.
doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
But I just kind of wish, especially with the content he's talking about, I just kind of wish there was more power in his voice on this album.
The reason,
I'm not getting.
and another reason why I think he wasn't trying, because even I think it was the last song where he was like, "Woo!" like as if he just killed that
around.
shit. It's like he's purposely doing. Not he knows he doesn't sound good.
That's fine, but
you know what I'm saying?
It don't sound good. If he know he doesn't sound good, hey Tyler, I know too.
I'm gonna tell you my first my first take on it, like just kind of going piggyback on Myke, listening to it several times, is like one of my takes was like, damn, this would be perfect if it stayed the same, but he added more rap to it. So I could stand the off-key shit and all that a lot more. But then I got to the point where I just started accepting it for what it was, I guess, and I find myself like humming it.
You did a Ken on Schoolboy Q type of review, pretty much.
Not necessarily, because I didn't hate it. It was just like something. It just was like I said. I was noticing what y'all noticed, like how he sounds off key. That it doesn't sound good, and I felt like he was going to Awaken My Love route, and he didn't quite connect. He didn't quite nail it, right? Because he wasn't singing like Gambino was. And so, I was left feeling like, damn, I wish he was rapping more, because I think it would balance out the fact that he's not singing well on it.
I would have personally enjoyed it more if he made his vocals even weirder. Like you were saying, he distorted his vocals, distorted them even more then. So then it's really off kilter. But the way it is now, where it's like this great production and then this person who's not really trying to sing, it doesn't. The puzzle pieces aren't connecting at all for me.
The powerfulness of the vocals wasn't matching the powerfulness of the production.
Not at all.
Or
the story.
Yeah, the story.
Like the fact that he's talking about.
Oh no, I disagree with that one though.
That the power of the vocals match the power of the
not
story?
necessarily the power, but the way he's doing it, kind of like how y'all like Kanye's 808s. Like he wasn't singing well, but that's just what he was emotionally. You know how you might want to sing, but this shit ain't gonna come out the way you want it to.
What I was gonna ask was, do you think like the insecurities that's in this story, in the content, do you think that he used the vocals to also highlight the insecurities by not being so outwardly and present?
That's what I was. That's basically what I was saying.
Like we can maybe. Yeah. What do I know? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're right. To me, it just comes across like he just doesn't have a great singing voice.
So he was trying to mask that by.
No, I don't think he's trying to mask it. I think he didn't give a fuck. I think in Tyler's brain, he's like, I know I can't sing, but I don't care. I'm gonna sing how I want to sing anyway.
And what I was gonna say to that is like, you know, like if you in one of those down states after a bad breakup and you really doing whatever the fuck. That's how I felt like it came off. Like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like he's not really trying to sing on key.
It still doesn't sound good. So it doesn't matter.
It still doesn't sound good.
Like, I see what you mean, because that's what I was thinking. A lot of the songs and themes, I felt like the weird kind of mishmash aesthetic of the mixing being kind of not as polished, but then the production so beautiful.
Exactly.
It kind of made me think like maybe that's just how his brain is just scrambling all
and
over
I could
the place
see that
throughout the story. You know what I mean? Because there definitely were parts, especially on my first listen, where I was listening to his vocals, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But then like right when I felt like skipping that part, like the production just ramps up to become something like really beautiful. So then on my like next few listens, it kind of made some of that. It still was like some parts not pleasant, but it kind of made it more endearing. Like once I had like listened to the full project a couple times, I guess. Right,
and that's why I thought you would understand that way because of 808s, because Kanye didn't sound good vocally on that shit.
But his voice fit, and I don't think Tyler's voice fit here. When I listen to 808s, the fact that he sounds auto-tuned, it fit the beats that he made. With this, I don't think that Tyler's voice fit the beats he made. Personally, I'm glad that everyone likes it. I am. I wish I was there with y'all. I really do. But
I don't think everybody does.
Nah. Well, I'm saying everybody in this room.
Yeah. Well, B, I don't think B likes it like that. It doesn't sound like he does.
All right, I'm glad Tyrell likes it. I'm glad.
And I don't know about Ken either. Did you like it? I don't think he does.
Ken was like, I'm
going into it.
I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
I was definitely annoyed after the first listen because I wanted more rapping.
Yeah,
I definitely wanted more rapping. And my first impression, I was like, it sounded like Tyler's trying to be weird for the sake of being weird. While we've seen him do this before with Cherry Bomb, and that didn't quite resonate with people, so he came back with Flower Boy. It felt like he wanted to circle back to this lane again and do this. Because I think this is kind of where he wants to be as an artist anyway. And while I love the funk and all the other stuff that he was doing, I did get to a place of comfort with it where you got to it, Rod. And I did find myself, you know, humming. There was certain songs and stuff that stuck with me. But, you know, outside of the production, overall, I wanted rapping.
Yeah, I think I still want rapping, but I accept what he gave.
I don't give a shit that he's not rapping. I just wish the vocals were more powerful, even if they're still off key. Sing it like you mean it, and that's kind of what I didn't get. I didn't get like a damn, that hits me because of the way he's saying it. I didn't get that.
I feel like that would take away. In my opinion, I feel like that would have taken.
I'm not saying sound better.
Oh,
sing it like you mean it.
Oh, okay.
Like come in the room and just blow your whack fucking singing voice as loud as you can. I didn't get any of that. I just got him it just sounded like he was kind of playing around a lot.
I do like the album. I just don't agree with the fact that or agree with the opinion that it's his best work. But I do like the album, and I think it's a really good album. I just think that Flower Boy is better as far as like in totality.
Yeah.
That's my whole thing.
What did you feel about the vocals, like what he was doing vocally, you know?
That didn't really even bother me. It was just the fact that like I just wanted the highlight to be that it was distorted, so that's why it was hard to hear in certain places, and that's why it sounded the way it did. Because even on that track with Uzi, a lot of people didn't know that was Uzi in the first track with those background ad-libs and that song that Kanye was on. I forgot which one it was on. Was it Puppet? Yeah. So like, and his verse sounded like he was, you know, rapping it from like 100 miles away. So it's kind of like those kind of volume changes and things like that kind of like was like, that's weird. Like, why are you choosing to go that route with it? But then in your explanation saying that it could possibly be like just because of the mood he was in at the time, I could see that. But I'm kind of still with Myke in the sense that like you still gotta like put more effort into even if that's what you're going for.
Yeah, I can see that.
The story is crazy. The whole him being in love with this dude and the dude has a girlfriend and it just becomes this weird situation. And how the story progresses is really dope. Like the way he laid this whole thing out was really, really, really dope. Especially how he ends it with the "Are we still friends?" shit. Or the song before that, "I don't love you anymore." But he's trying to convince himself, "I don't love you anymore."
Yeah.
And I don't remember what song it was. There was one song where he's talking about turning the bridge turned into a fence, and he has this whole analogy of building a building with falling in love with this dude and the dude going for the woman. And it's like, and he makes this part about how, you know, I was kicked out because of your new tenant. I thought that shit was fucking brilliant. I wish I remember what song it was though. I think it was "Thank You." Gone, Thank You. It was that song. Yeah, that was a really dope metaphor. But again, it was just the way it was delivered just did not connect for me.
After hearing everybody else's kind of criticism, like what
You don't care.
Tyler albums have been divisive,
polarizing from the jump, from the beginning.
Yeah, from the beginning. So at this point, what is it, 4 or 5 albums in that? It don't surprise me no more.
Yeah.
You know, and just think about like the history of it. Like sometimes I hate something, then you love it, he hates it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not new. I don't feel no type of way. For me, like everybody didn't like the distortion or the off-keyness of it. Like I've always liked that about Tyler, you know, and that's why I said I feel that he executed on this where he was trying to go for Tyler. Not, you know, not I'm just judging Tyler against Tyler. For me, this is kind of like, you know, as an artist painting, like this is to me his Mona Lisa. You know what I'm saying? I feel that he got everything how he wanted. Like this was his Kanye moment. This was him working with all these people and making it work within how he sounds. Right. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's why I like it.
It does sound a bit seamless.
It does. It sounds
like
extremely
kind of play through it. Whether you like it or not, you could tell that it could play. You could play it from beginning to end, type of thing.
Exactly.
It flows. Do you feel like it kind of flows from beginning to end, at least, even just kind of taking out the, you know, what bothers you?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think that's the difference between this and Flower Boy, because I think Flower Boy had a couple songs where you can maybe skip.
I didn't feel that way.
You didn't feel that way about Flower Boy? Nah, yeah, I feel like you can skip it if you want.
Flower Boy was definitely a trip from start to end. This I do understand. Yeah, it does definitely sound seamless. But my only thing that I keep getting stuck on, and it doesn't really matter, but I just hear people keep saying that he pushed himself creatively. I don't hear that really. like I just don't hear what's so experimental and creative about making a funk album. I just don't. Not that it's just a funk album. I'm saying it seems like he drew a lot of inspiration from old funk records, from Pharrell, and from Kanye, which is fine. He definitely made a very interesting album. I don't think this is pushing him creatively. I think Flower Boy is pushing him creatively. I don't hear it on this.
To what you were saying earlier, and to something you guys all said earlier about when this opened up, you guys heard "Awaken My Love," and I didn't get that until you guys said it. That didn't pop in my head.
I thought it would. I thought it would be you that say that here.
It sounds good with him.
Exactly that, and he's not talented enough to do that because he can't sing.
Oh, that's like singing wise.
He can't singing wise. He can't do it.
You clean
He can't do it. I'm sorry.
They gonna get you, boy.
Right here at Kenneth BNs on Twitter, at KBNs.
He's out with all the smoke.
Yep, on IG. I posted about the album too. You can go find that post and we can chop it up.
Ken said Tyler sucks and he ain't talented. That's what Ken said.
He's not talented
That's what Ken
enough.
said. Ken said he ain't talented.
So what I want y'all to do is definitely go back and rewind because I didn't say so.
So what I want you guys to do is yeah.
But no, like so Gambino has always been he's always been a hybrid. He's always been able to do both.
Yeah.
Tyler came in rapping.
Right.
You know, and he's moving into the lane of being experimental and creative. And I agree with Myke. I don't hear him pushing himself because what he's done is just a spin on funk soul records, you know, back in the day. And especially when I hear "Are We Still Friends," that reminds me of like War, when they would do some of those beat cuts on their albums outside of Lowrider. But if you listen to their albums, they would do something like that. That sounds like something I would hear back in the 70s and 80s. So it's not that different.
This was a very frustrating listen.
Frustrating?
Because I really wanted to like it. And I kept being like, why the fuck am I not feeling this? No matter how many times I listen to this,
I feel like you're gonna like it later.
I'm not feeling it. No, at this point, I've probably listened to this album 10 times at this point. And every time, it becomes background noise. I just stop even paying attention to it. Because Tyler is not demanding my attention, except with the beats.
So you feel like if he would have either sung it better or got some better people to sing those parts, you would have liked it?
Yes, absolutely. I think if he turned his vocals up, maybe that would have helped. Because he's buried.
It was
buried.
He has a deep tone voice too.
Exactly. He's got a very, very baritone voice. Yeah. And then it's turned down so low beneath the mix. It's like, when I first listened to it, I'm struggling to hear what he's saying. After like the second or third listen, I just quit caring to struggle. I was just like, I don't care anymore.
And that's another thing, because I was listening to this on Spotify, and after the last track, you know how Spotify play other songs by that artist afterwards, and that song with what's it called, with A$AP Rocky, it's like a Lucy, like a series they were doing.
Oh yeah.
What was it called?
I don't remember what it's called,
but it was fucking dope. Like it's dope as hell.
They made a video for it and everything.
Yeah, because it was in London or something like that.
Yeah. Like standing on cars and shit.
Damn, what is it called? Like I want to say popcorn or some shit.
It was called something weird. Like that.
Something like that. That shit was crazy.
So they keep saying they have a collaborative project. A$AP and Tyler.
Okay.
And they came out and said they don't have a collaborative project.
No. Tyler came out and said
potato salad.
It was potato salad. That's what I was
potato salad. Yeah. Potato salad.
That is dope.
It was called potato salad. Rob Mill just said it, but yeah, and I was like, that's what the fuck I'm missing on this. I was like, that's what I'm missing. The rapping, man. I was like, damn. It was such a big difference from going from that whole album and then hearing that potato salad right after that. I was like, damn, that is what I'm missing off of this.
The setup was that damn "Was Good" single. That messed me up.
I didn't see this. I didn't hear it.
I heard it because I could have went in with a different frame of mind, you know, because it made it seem like this was gonna be a rap album, and then you go in here and you play it, and there's no rapping.
That's what I was gonna ask you. I was like, what were your expectations going into it, and how much did that affect your perception of the album? Because I didn't really like. He told listeners how to listen to the album. He said, don't go into it with any expectations, or try not to.
He said that?
Yeah, I think he tweeted something similar like that. And like, it's kind of impossible to not go in there.
I was going in and expecting the production was going to be good,
and it was.
His production has gotten like, it's crazy how it should improve throughout his career. So I was going in expecting like, okay, if anything, I'm gonna hear some dope ass beats, if anything. So
Yeah, I knew that too, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
You did like the beats,
yeah.
I had no expectations.
Really? Okay.
No, because I mean, you don't know what Tyler's gonna give
Right,
you.
right.
The only expectation, I'll take that back. I did see what people were flipping out over, and then I saw people being like, "Nope, don't like this." Because of that, I was like, "Okay, Tyler's definitely doing something very different for Tyler." That was the only expectation I had. I did not expect him to be doing like a funk album. That I did not expect.
There's certain artists I don't have expectations just because you can't put him in the box, and he's one of those people. But I don't know. I guess I get the disappointment because whoever says that they listened to this at first and just loved it right off the bat, I don't buy that. But to still be disappointed, like you're still disappointed in the route that he went, like.
No, I think he said he settled in.
Yeah,
He just talking about his
the
initial
production,
feelings,
the funk elements, like all of that. That's in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So the sound of it is on point. Like was mentioned earlier, the story is dope.
I'm not coming back to this though.
Dang,
I would.
crazy.
I give up.
The vibe
The
on here,
vibe is so.
I can rock with the vibe, man. I can.
Dang,
I
the vibe is really dope on this album.
Yeah.
It is a vibe.
Yeah.
My favorite tracks, give me Boy Is a Gun, give me New Magic Wand, give me Puppet, Are We Still Friends, What's Good?
Stop playing, man. You ain't got nothing.
Oh, you're on me?
Yeah, I'm going around. I'm just going this way. I'm not going.
I don't ever go second, so I didn't think you're on
Hey,
me.
man, I'm switching it up. You know, it's not being experimental.
Well, I don't like it. I think New Magic Wand and What's Good.
Okay.
Puppet, A Boy Is a Gun, Running Out of Time, I think an Earthquake.
Earthquake. Are We Still Friends? What's Good are the three that sticks out the most.
Igor's theme,
I was about to say,
New
nobody
Magic-
gonna say Igor's theme.
New Magic Wand, Gone, thank you.
For me, I'm gonna get Earthquake. Igor's theme will go in there.
Okay.
New Magic Wand, A Boy Is a Gun, and Gone, thank you.
Tyler, if you watching, shit, man, like I said, look, you definitely don't want to be put in the box, and you don't make albums that should be put in the box. I didn't know what to expect, but I like the route that you went. I really think you executed it. You are one of those people I anticipate. There's nothing for me to tell you to improve or what I would want. I think you're just one of those guys that's gonna kind of push those limits. Definitely want to hear more rapping. But this was dope. I fuck with it.
Tyler, if you're watching, I thought that the production on this album was very good. Your production skills have continued to get better. The only thing that I would wish is that we get a little bit more rapping from you on your future projects. I like you rapping, bro. So please continue to still do that. But other than that, I think this is a really good project, and you know what I'm saying, continue to flourish, bro.
Tyler Craig, if you're watching, as always, I'm still amazed by your production, the growth of your production style and your production skills. I just wish vocally you would have stood out more. I think that was just bugging me the most listening to this project, was vocally you wasn't strong enough, and we known you to have strong vocals, so you can be strong. You can have strong vocals, and like what Myke said earlier, especially the story you was trying to tell. Like, be that strong vocally artist that we known you to be before. So that was my only takeaway, my negative for this. It's like it's frustrating to listen to because it's just like in this case, I might well say just give me an instrumental album. It's like if you're not gonna be strong vocally, just give me the beats. You know, because I love the beats on this joint. I mean, it's very fun production and everything. So other than that, I mean, I don't know what to expect next from you after this, but whatever it is, I'll be make sure to check it out.
Yeah, B, that's interesting. So, Tyler, if you're watching, I do love the sound of this album, man. When you said just give me a beat tape, I think that's kind of where I'm at with it, because it kind of feels and sounds like that because the production is so strong. The vocals don't bother me as much as being Myke. I'm okay with it. Mainly probably because of the beats itself. But I love the story that you're telling. I think that's dope. Being a mainstream artist, that you're actually putting out content like that, I think that's incredible, and I think that's needed. I do like the album, so I'm okay with it. But yeah, I think what's good, that clip you put on Instagram set me up. So and the album itself wasn't that. So I think that's when I walked away with disappointment. But after I got over that, I was cool overall with what we got. So keep doing your thing, man.
Tyler, if you're watching, I really personally like this album. It's probably my favorite from you so far. I like the lane that you went down with this, and you know, some of the different stuff you tried. As Rob would say, it's a vibe. But I would have appreciated a bit more clarity from the vocals, I guess. But for what it was, I liked it, and it kind of worked with the theme, in my opinion.
Myke hating ass, what's up?
I'll be that. Tyler, if you're watching, cool project. I'm glad that people are embracing it. If you were bored with rapping, I'm glad that you went this route instead of just saying fuck it all together. For me personally, I just didn't feel the Tyler the Creator presence on this album the way I feel it on other albums. At any rate, it doesn't matter if I don't like it, man. You have 1 million fans that love this project. And I will still look forward to what you do next because you are that talented of a songwriter and a creator that I will be coming back. But for me personally, this album, it didn't connect with me. But I also want to give you kudos for being brave enough to tell that story. That's not something a lot of rappers would do. So I definitely appreciate you for that. But yeah, keep doing your thing.